What's going on, everybody? My name is Danny,
And I'm Aly.
and today we are talking about the past, present, and future state of social media, content creation, everything in that realm.
I have to say, social media right now is very interesting.
You got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of everything.
I think the biggest thing right now, this is how I personally feel. Everyone's trying to do this right now. So the market is really saturated. And I
When you
feel
say
like
this,
go on social media and grow a following. I feel like it's so hard to do right now.
you got to be really different. Like, you got to be on your game 24/7, 365, creative, different. Production's got to be pretty high now.
I mean, we have a head start and we're not even growing.
Yeah, it's hard. Like right now, I think we're very steady in our following. It's not like we're gaining more followers every day. I mean, we are at a slower rate.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jesus, when we were just starting TikTok, there was like a 3 or 4 month period that we were going up hundreds of thousands of followers a week.
Yeah. So what do you think is causing this? Do you think because there's so many people doing this that
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to get like,
when it's diluted.
Yeah.
It's hard, right? When there was only a handful of creators doing what we were doing, it was a little easier to get our content in front of people, right? But now the algorithm has so much more data on their end, right? I just think it's hard to then kind of find which posts to push. Right?
what are your thoughts on Mr. Beast saying that he could create a YouTube account to go viral by not using his face, by not anything, that he's 100% confident that he can grow a YouTube account right now?
I'm sure he has done it. I'm sure he has. I mean, he's so into things. I mean, I've seen people grow anything from like a looping video with like non-copyright music in the background. And there's
Yeah.
channels like that make thousands of dollars a month on ad revenue because so many people just like leave it on in the background while they work or something like that.
But how do you feel about those people who are like, this is the key to growing your social media platform?
So-
Is there a key?
It's one of my favorite things to do, honestly. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine is when I see one of those videos, I snoop and I go to their channels. And then if they're not established or they don't have a large following, I think it's really funny how you can talk about something you haven't done yet, right? Like, I will never tell you how to like grow a YouTube following. I will never tell you how to gain subscribers on YouTube. I'll never tell you how to like, I don't know.
You can tell someone what worked for you though.
Yeah.
That's a different.
But again, every person's situation is different. I can only tell you what worked for me. If you want to try that same thing, go ahead. But I can't, it's different for everybody.
So you don't think there's a secret sauce to
I think there are certain aspects that,
like a broad generalization, like being creative, being different, and posting everywhere. That's a secret sauce, but not something in specific that you do.
no, I mean, look, like, let's just think back in the day, right? Like,
Okay, let's go back
before
into the
TikTok.
past.
Before TikTok.
Yeah.
I knew that there was a correlation between like a following on social media and viewers on Twitch. I knew that from the beginning because
let's
Twitch
talk
was
about-
a non-discoverable platform. Let me finish. I started an Instagram, and things went well. I converted an account I currently had into a gaming TikTok because it was kind of in the same realm, and I tried posting videos and tried, like, some got traction, some didn't, but no one was ever like, oh, came in from Instagram. But I posted there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing, no traction, no nothing.
But what I was trying to say is that past time of social media, let's talk about specifically the year, because I think about the year has a lot to do with the state of social media back then and why our approach now is different.
I don't even know when that was.
I would have to say 2018. If we did what we were doing in 2020, in 2018, we would have blew up, I think.
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe, but we didn't have the platform to do so, right? Like, Instagram wasn't as like out there as TikTok was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to get views. It was hard. Like, yeah, use hashtags and all these things. Like, I was trying all the gimmicks, watching all the YouTube videos and saying, oh, you got to do this. Oh, we got to make an ad. You got to pay to, promote your posts and, get it in front of people's eyes, and I was spending like the $5, $10 to get it in front of like 2,000 people's eyes, and then I would get some engagement, but like none that carried over to my Twitch. It was just different. It was just harder, right? And then, you know, after countless years of doing that and streaming to 2, 3 people,
TikTok comes along.
comes around. But even back then, I still think like the cancel culture was still there. It just wasn't as relevant, like wasn't in the forefront. It wasn't like as common.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. You
And
could
the-
say whatever the hell you wanted on Twitter because people are now going back at people's tweets and their old posts and they're getting canceled now for that.
It is bad now. Everyone's finding things to shit on other people's image. And just it's a constant crawl to the top, right? And unfortunately, that's the world we live in now. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, look, like I want to be better than you, so I'm just gonna pull you down, and then I'm gonna try to, boom.
Well, one thing
pass
I've
you.
learned is that I've never said anything that I truly don't stand by. I never
Yep.
posted about like some controversial thing that
No,
I don't know.
best thing you do is silence.
Yeah.
Because those things only stir the pot. Maybe some people are more opinionated on things than others, but at the end of the day, what you need to focus on are the things that people enjoy, right? For me, it was getting people's mind off of the outside world when
Yeah.
it comes to streaming and social media and getting a laugh out of them, making their day a little bit better, right? So that was my main focus and always will be my main focus. But, it's unfortunate, but that's what social media is turning to, is becoming a news outlet. It's becoming, a place for people to like.
Do you think
consume
social
this.
media is dangerous?
I think so. I don't think people should be really on it until like mentally they're ready.
It wasn't, I don't think it was too much of a dangerous place 4 years ago.
Now it is.
It's with something so little as, I mean, pictures always exist. Things always exist.
I don't think it's any less dangerous now than it was back then. I still think it was. I
Okay.
just don't think you experienced it
I guess.
firsthand to understand how dangerous it could be, right?
Yeah.
Like if me and you didn't talk every day and have conversations to talk about these shitters that are coming in and being so mean, or like, all these things. I'm just thinking of like a 13-year-old like starting their, Twitch career, and mom, I want to be a streamer. And she's like, okay, honey, go for it. Not knowing what they're doing, not having that transparency. They're making posts and doing things, and they're getting shit on in the comments, and like go to bed, or like go to bed chubby, or go to bed, you know what I mean? Go to bed fatty, like all these things. Like
you
stop
and I
trying.
are talking about two separate things actually, because I'm talking about the aspect of legitimate danger. When I was in high school, I had a public profile and I was posting in real time where I was at and tagging the location. I will never do that ever again. And
Well-
at that time, no, but you don't know who's watching you. That's the thing.
Yes, but it's different, right? I feel like when you didn't have a large following, it didn't matter as much. It was like, oh, I'm at Bar A down the shore. Like, it was a cool thing to be like, look what I'm doing.
Yeah,
right?
but I beg to differ now because
Yeah,
you don't
because
know who's
all
watching you.
There's so many creeps. There's so many weirdos. There's so many But at the same time, like when I tag stuff, I'm like, okay, we're in Florida. Everyone knows we're in Florida, right? So I just put Florida.
Yeah.
And but there's always ways of. It's scary. It's a scary place. But
It is a scary place.
I think more of it along the lines of mental health, and people really didn't focus on mental health much back in the day. It was just kind of like, dude, toughen up, and now it's just a little different. It's something that really people need to focus on. People
I
get
think
burnt
that's-
out. People say terrible things to one another online behind their keyboard and behind their screen. And for someone that doesn't have the in them to take it,
But
into,
that's
like,
not fair to say for someone who doesn't have that in them,
But I'm
because
saying it's one thing. Like I grew up when I was playing soccer. There was constant people like talking shit, saying terrible, terrible things on the field, and just to like try to get under your skin and all these things. Right? These comments are like not a big deal to me. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like say something. What? Like, what are you gonna say? That I haven't heard before, or worse. So then now, like when we encounter those things, it bothers you more than it bothers me, and we know that, but usually it's targeting you more than me. But I'm just again thinking about like the new creators, the new people that have that we're starting off now. You know, I just feel like it's more common now, but it's probably was always a thing.
You know, this is going to sound dicky for me to say. I always keep preaching if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. But I think if I were to start over again right now, it would be such a struggle for me. Like, even though we have X amount of followers on TikTok, if TikTok went away, we would be starting over. And I don't think we would kind of be able to do it again. I don't know why.
I don't think
It was the timing for
it
everything.
would be a lot harder.
Yes.
But for you to say that we wouldn't be able to do it again scares me, because like I think we could have or we would.
But my
But
point,
like, why would you doubt that?
my point to contrast that is that we're not growing. We're not growing on TikTok, so why would we be able to do it again on a different
Maybe we gotta change it
platform?
up, right? We've changed what we've been doing, and we've talked about this in the
Yeah.
last few days. So maybe that's why. Like maybe because when people are seeing our new content, they're not willing to follow because they're like, I don't care if I see this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like back in the day, it was a journey. It was one of these things that people were like, I want to see what's next for them. And they wanted to follow because it was like an adventure. It's like, you know, part-time streamer trying to achieve our goals and all these things. And then like maybe we got to just start spinning it in a different way for people to relate or want to relate again.
Is it okay to be repetitive?
I think it's okay to be repetitive.
That's what I was stuck on, because how many times do they want to see me bring you food? How many times do they want to hear that I support you? How many times does someone want to hear
See,
that?
but it's not about the people that follow. It's about the new people that encounter our content that's never seen us before.
That's an interesting way to put it. It's not
Right?
about
The people that follow us, that care about us, followed us because they liked that content. They liked my reactions when you brought me food and surprised me at my gaming setup. They liked our funny engagements and banter, right? But then now everyone's always focused on giving them what they want, but they're along for the journey already.
Yeah.
I think we focused on the new person, the random little Jimmy 69, right? That stumbled upon our post for the first time, never seen our face ever before. Like, you know, they don't know that we posted 500 videos of you giving me food. All they saw is the first one. And if they think it's nice, then
Yeah,
they like
that's
it.
true.
They're like, oh my god, look at his setup, look at the food. Oh my god, let me follow. Oh, I like their attitude. I like their like pizzazz, whatever it
Yeah.
is, whatever they draw us to us, right? But again, you're not preaching to the people that you follow as much as you are preaching to the random new person that you're trying to have join your community.
True.
Right.
That's true.
And I think we neglect that. The people that are part of our community, our diehards, want to see our community grow and see posts get great engagement and all these things. I think we need to focus on that. They're going to be happy. Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're not giving them the focus they deserve or the answering the questions they don't want. We have things like this. We have our stream. We have all these different things that we do, and they're along for the journey, and they're going to like it either way. Right.
Yeah.
I think you need to focus on the new people you're trying to impress and have new people follow you.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to, what do our followers want to see us do?
Yeah.
What does a rando think would be cool for us to do and that would follow us after?
That's a good way to break it down for me.
Yeah.
That was really good.
But again, you know, we've only been in this realm for so long, right? For me, I remember consuming Vine. I remember, you know, these, you know, MySpace and Facebook, and like those were all we had. We had like the AIM messenger that, you know, all these different things you have your bio on and stuff. And I think this world has evolved so quickly, right? And I truly, as even hard as it may seem to like go viral now on TikTok versus how it used to be maybe like 2-3 years ago, I still think there's so much more discoverability now than there was 6 years ago.
Okay.
So like I really think, you know, it was hard back then to convert people. I think now maybe it's gotten a little harder since TikTok has gained popularity and it's been more diluted and everyone's trying to do it. But I still think out of all platforms, it has the highest discoverability. It's the easiest way to get your company or brand or anything
Yeah.
in front of people's eyes, right? Under the right niche. Create fun, engaging videos that, believe me, people nowadays have brains like squirrels. The attention span is not there,
Yeah.
right? So these 20, 30-second clips is good enough for that engagement. And they're like, oh, this was super entertaining. You can just jam that shit in. We talk about him all the time here. Low, he jams a whole fucking day into like 40 seconds. Just boom, boom, boom.
Imagine
And you
how
know
much
exactly
work he had to put into that all day.
That's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
like 6-7 hours of work just for that 40 seconds is wild. It works.
It pays off.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you want to hear my hot take?
Sure.
Okay. Buying verifications. Unfortunately, I hate that idea because one, it ruins.
It devalues it.
Yes, because you could get brands to pay extra for you if
Back
you're
then.
if you're verified. Well, thank goodness TikTok is not like a purchase
No.
verification, so the money's still there.
But I do have to say it's a lot about who you know.
Yes.
Not because there's people with more following than us, but because of the connections and the brands that we've worked with, it made it very easy to make that happen, right?
Yeah, there's so many people on that platform deserving of it.
Yes.
And things like that. But I just thought it was interesting how all these companies are starting to profit off of the blue check mark thing and literally took away the
value of the
meaning.
creator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like, oh yeah, I am the Danny and Aly,
But
right? But like
the check mark doesn't mean like you're better than another person. It just it helped in that business world. I don't know how to explain
and that's
it.
where I mean, right now, TikTok isn't taking that, you know, with the Twitter thing where you can purchase it and stuff.
Yeah.
I know there's a difference between like I think it looks different, the check mark.
Something like minor.
But regardless,
You
right?
can click on it and figure it out or something, but not
Yeah.
on Instagram.
But not on Instagram. Regardless, right? Like those things affect creators like ourselves, right? Because as soon as we got verified, there was a little bump in pay. Because as silly as it sounds, your opinion to some people matter more when you have this check mark. As stupid as that sounds, it's true. Like everyone's like, oh my God, they're verified. Who are they? You know?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know? And then
Piques your curiosity.
piques your curiosity is like, who are they? Let me go check out their account, whatever it may be. And it worked for us. It helped. I really think
Definitely helped.
And, you know, with brands wanting to work with us and things of that sort, it definitely helped. But again, for like, you know, the goal is for us is to get to a spot where we monetize on YouTube. I think we get, you know,
'Cause you don't think
verification
YouTube-
everywhere as much as we can. Like right now we stream
I'm not
on
going to
Twitch.
buy it.
No, never. But we try to earn it, right?
Yes.
And, you know, once we earn it, like even verification on like being partnered on or affiliate on Kick or all these different platforms.
Yeah.
Because you always got to prepare, right? Because if you look in the past, there's a lot of platforms that were used very heavily then that are practically either gone or not used at all anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But you think YouTube is going to stay, right?
I think YouTube's going to stay. I think it's, you know, their structure and how they work it. You know, it allows people to really show their creativity in any form factor, right? If it's live streaming, if it's long-term long content, or it's YouTube Shorts, I think people consume it still.
What I don't get is how to grow YouTube because you're going to have to grow the other platforms to grow YouTube. So it's like, where the hell do you start?
Well, whatever you get established on, like us, TikTok, right? One of your content, one of the platforms, if it's, you know, luck of the draw on the you know, algorithm or whatever it may be, for us it was TikTok. It really took off. And we, I think, still need to find ways of being creative to integrate TikTok and get some carryover to these other platforms. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but I would say 3 or 4 months ago, we were worried that TikTok was even going to still be a thing.
I'm still a little bit worried. You still just don't know.
You never know, right? So we need to start really emphasizing on trying to diversify and put our content elsewhere, maybe even putting content only on YouTube, like we're doing here on podcasts, right? That they have to come to this platform if they like us and they want to watch this. But it's not everywhere. It's just here.
Do you think social media, like right now, is a sustainable job? Should you have a backup plan?
I mean,
what
look,
are your thoughts?
You can always figure out ways of doing it, right? Depends your situation. Everyone's different. We talk about that all the time as well. But I really think that, with the right following, with the right circle of people that
Guidance, I guess.
I would say guidance, but I would just make sure your circle is full of people that want to see you succeed as much as you do.
Well, there's no one that teaches you about this line of work.
No.
That's the thing. You have to learn as you go along.
And that's why we're doing this podcast in general, right? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people I wish there was someone like us that would spend the time to try to explain things that we've experienced, good, bad, the ugly, in this world that
Yeah.
we live in. But we had to experience it on our own for the first time together, right? And I want to be that person for somebody else that could be like, look, I want to start my content creation career. I got a couple people in chat. I know like Trollman's trying to start streaming and do keyboard builds and all these different things. Like that's fucking awesome, right? And I wish I could be more hands-on and help him. It's just, we have a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
But even if it's this content that can help him and just kind of make him think a little outside the box on how he's going to create his content, or maybe if he wants to like brand it after himself or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
like that, if I help one person, that's good enough for me, right?
Yeah.
And, hopefully we can help a lot more. But I think it's, even when I was starting streaming, like there wasn't even a lot of like tutorials or YouTubes or overlays.
Now
Places.
that's everywhere.
Now it's everywhere. It's so diluted. Everyone's trying to make that content.
So
it's
maybe-
just what is the next content and getting on it first.
So maybe you could think about videos that you like to see or something that you think is missing on social media and start tackling it.
100%. So I kind of think of it this way. If you're not first, you're last when it comes to social media. If you're the person that was starting the trends or starting these type of posts, your video is going to do really well. You're going to become popular. You're going to be shared to other people, other creators, and you're going to become more relevant of a face in that niche, right? But like, for instance, when we started working with HyperX, they sent us the Tim the Tatman bundle. It was like this huge thing, like Ezekiel Elliott from the Cowboys was getting it, and we were getting it, right? And it was like a super cool, like humbling experience, because now we had something that 99.9% of the world didn't have.
If you could be the first to have something and show it off on social media, do that shit. If you
First freaking video we posted about that, 500,000.
Yeah.
By the next day, that video was at 1 million.
So maybe someone can keep track of like new tech products and wait outside freaking 4 a.m. and get that thing, put the review up within like 30 minutes.
That's like, it's like anything, like the Fortnite events when all the creators, Courage, Ninja, Tim, Nick, all these guys would spend time, be there at the time, be recording the footage as the event happens. As soon as the event's done, the reaction, boom, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
They want to be the first people because, again, people want to watch it that weren't there live, or new games come out, they like first person to beat it, here's the full fucking thing, right? It's being first, or being the most creative, or being the first to do something that makes you different, or that is what gets you rolling, right?
Yeah.
It's not saying the first person to ever post stuff is going to go viral, but if you do it well, and you get the subject across to the audience, is a good chance it takes off. It's a better chance.
I agree. Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens all the time with us with like HyperX products, the stuff that we get early,
Videos do great.
because people are like, oh my God, I haven't seen a review on this headset, or I haven't received a review on this mouse yet. Let me watch, let me see this, because they need that consumer review versus, just believing HyperX that it's the best mouse out there right now, but there's something about it. Me not being directly working with as a HyperX employee, I'm just a partner, and I'll give you how I feel like about it. It comes across better coming from me than just the HyperX telling them to go buy it, right? So little things like that. And again, what makes you different? Keep showing these things. I think a lot of people are afraid to, and I think it's the world we live in. You're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of, at a young age, like what your friends are going to think of you when you go to school the next day, and, all these things. But like, if you really care about it, all those fucking things don't matter,
And all those people will come crawling back to you when you
Oh,
make
yeah.
it. You make it big. And I want to touch back on the cancel culture.
Yeah.
So we have avoided getting canceled, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Do you think there was any trick to that?
Just keep your mouth shut. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep your mouth shut. Just don't say it. Any politics, your thoughts, opinions, all of that shit doesn't matter. And again, some people make accounts and things to vent and to bring up these controversial topics, right?
Yeah.
But for us, that's the complete opposite. We're making and doing this stuff to avoid all of the bullshit of the world. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to have people's opinions, but for the 6 hours I'm streaming or for the 30 seconds they're watching our post, none of that shit matters. All it is just having a good time and laugh and put a hot smile on someone's face and just enjoy ourselves.
But do you think there's a reason why someone wants to know your opinion on it? Do you think it's because they value it or they're trying to get you got? Like,
I think they value it sometimes, and some people want to get, people were always like, hey, what are your thoughts on the Knicks-Merc situation? I'm like, dude, let's just, enjoy the game and enjoy the community.
or it's like none of your business. It's just none of your business what happened.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm out of it. Don't bring me into it.
And just because you don't care about something, like, doesn't mean that you don't, like, you're like, oh, I don't care to talk about that. Doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion on it. It's just not something that you should share. It doesn't mean that you support it or you disagree with that person. You're just not gonna.
No, I mean, look, and today's day and age, there's not too many people that can actually just have a conversation and,
you said that.
And, really listen to your point of view, even though they may not believe in it or they may not be, think that's the right way of thinking, even if it's politics, if you're, one way or the other. I know I can have a conversation with someone, and understand or at least listen to what they're saying and take it, and think about it and not just write it off away.
You're really good at not speaking on your anger or the way that you feel. You're calm, cool, collected. You take me, I will be ready to pounce. I don't think twice about my actions when it comes to.
I saw you play GTA for the first time yesterday on roleplay.
Yeah,
Someone said
I got
something
robbed.
mean to you. And then next thing you know, you're like, tell him he has a small penis and like all these different things.
Yeah, but I learned that from you. You tell me that if they drive the big trucks, they got a small penis.
Okay. Jesus. So
Canceled.
Yeah. Danny again, against people with big trucks. No. But it's a funny little insult. It's whatever, it's like, oh, you're compensating kind of thing,
Yeah.
But like you literally were just like, well, you got a small penis. I'm like, Aly, like, yeah, that's pretty insulting. He's probably pissed because he probably does. But like, other than that, like,
And I think I got shanked after that.
Yeah, you did. But again, like GTA, I think he's going to bring out the worst in you. I think you just got to be, filtered for the most part. But like, enjoy it. Have the time, because again, that's what GTA is for, is to kind of let yourself loose, have a good time. But again, it's a questionable place, because again, you're always going to be recorded. You're always going to be, even if you're not live, the guy that you're talking to could be, and then they can associate it with you, right? It's like all these different things you always have to worry about now, and I think you always had to worry about them. I just think we notice it more because we're living the life now. And we always got to be watching what we say, what we do, even though I don't think a lot of the things we say and do are an issue.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. But like little things that we didn't think would be an issue about, like, oh, who did you vote for? You don't tell.
No, we just be like, look, dude, like, I'm just going to focus on video games, focus on my community, and like, just try to have a good time. I just literally avoid it at all costs because nothing can come from it.
Yeah.
And all I know is that, like, if you just stay neutral, no one can hate you.
They could, but at least you'll
for
feel
those
good.
reasons,
Yeah.
because they don't know what your
you hate me
opinion
because
is.
you don't know me. You hate me because you ain't me, sucker. I felt like saying that. I don't know. Just
Fine. It's fine. At least you got it out. But no, today's day and age, social media is scary. It is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to decide one day when we choose to have kids
Mhm.
whether
When?
or not we're gonna show. Oh yeah, we do want to have kids. It's just a matter of when. But whether or not we show their faces on there, there's big decisions that we have to make with social media. I don't know.
Because there's gonna be a lot of people who love us and appreciate the content we make and things like that. They're gonna want to see the kids, right? But like at the same time, I'm not gonna be like taking it, like showing them every freaking day. Like look at like no, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
I hate the notion that because people think that they know you on social media, they think that they could tell you what to do or boss you around. Like a little thing I was streaming, they're like, if you don't play this game, I'm leaving. Then leave. Like why do people feel like it's okay to threaten you and tell you what to do with your lives? That's just a little minuscule
Because
scale, but
everyone always wants control, right? Like in one way or the other. And some people believe, like I had, some people who like gave things to me, and then next thing you know, they like ask for something. And I'm like, is that why you gave things to me? Because like,
yeah, I don't like the whole notion of
No.
if I do something for you, you owe me. Oh, but I liked your video, you do this. Oh, stop spending your money like this. I don't know where that connection comes from social media, how you feel like you could tell people what they should or shouldn't
Daddy
do with their
issues.
lives. No, what the fuck?
No, I mean, look, people think they're entitled to their opinion and to tell you what to do, even though in some of those situations they're just not, right? I'm always down to listen, like, why do you think that, but like at the end of the day, should I give them that time of day? Probably not.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. That's the life we live. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone's not afraid to, a lot of people aren't afraid to just say it on social media and comment it, and it just stirs the fucking pot. And, it sucks, but those are the people that were, our neighbors or, that we
think they should
coincide
have-
with. That's just how it is nowadays, unfortunately.
I think they should have some shit where like someone comments and you could just see their whole like past comment history and be like, okay, this person is just genuinely a dick. Like that would be great to
I
show.
tell all my friends this. If I ever become a billionaire, like if any of you billionaires out there want to just give me one, that'd be great, because I would buy all of the cheating services of games that I
Yeah.
play and expose every username. Like I would just expose them all and just like
I'm
literally.
glad you're passionate about this.
Oh, there's no lower scum of the earth than the people that cheat in video games. There's
so
nothing.
dramatic.
No, they're scum. They're scum. Absolute scum. You turn something that is to be there for enjoyment, right? Just spend time with your friends and just have a good time or be competitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, little fucking Bobby over here just installs Word.exe. Next thing you know, he's just looking at me through the walls.
How do you know
Headshot.
what the website is?
Words.exe.
Yeah.
There was a whole scandal that this guy out on like a main performance, like at a big tournament, like plugged in and like installed, and he disguised the program as Word.exe, like Microsoft Word, and he disguised it as that. And then the place like came in, looked over his shoulder, was like, "This is weird," and then he tried to like delete it and uninstall it in front, and then they like held him back, and then found out that he was cheating.
What?
That's why I always joke and say, "I'm like that's
This
the
was
joke
a
of my
famous person? Like a
yeah."
competitor?
He was like a pro gamer.
What happened to him?
Oh,
Is his career done?
Oh,
Canceled?
fucking dead.
Gone?
dead.
Shut up.
Not dead. Like his
No.
career's dead.
No, I didn't think it was dead.
But yeah, like so that's why I call it Word.exe, and that's like anyone that knows that.
So
story.
how did they know? Like he was.
Oh, it was clear as day. Like there was a couple moments during the game. It was like, dude, you're fucking cheating. Like there's no way you know. Like you lock on to people like through the walls and stuff. Like, it's fucking bad.
I wonder.
And then they're like, we need to check this man. And then he like tried to like finagle and like delete it real quick. And like the guys reaching around him and stuff. It was hilarious. I'll show it to you after.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was really funny. Really funny. And so, yeah. So any billionaires out there that want to like invest in that idea, let me know.
I don't know any
expose
billionaires.
everyone.
I know you would.
But that was a little tangent. But social media is scary. Now, future of social media. I personally think there's going to be before we continue, I think there's going to be changes on current platforms as well as new platforms coming. And if there's a new platform coming out, I don't care how silly as it sounds, just keep posting the same content that you would be on TikTok there as well.
Yeah. Well, if we find one that's like getting ramped up, I'm just gonna take all of our videos from the beginning and start over.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
And I think the government's just gonna start taking shit away from us. The government's been mad annoying lately.
What do you mean they're gonna take stuff away from
Like
us?
censor our social media, like North
I mean, there's
Korea.
some things that need to be censored.
Yeah, but like
I don't need to go on like Instagram and like watch someone get murdered. I don't. I don't need that.
I feel like you have to search for that shit. No,
No, I'm just scrolling. And then I watch it once, and then it's like, oh, this guy must like it. I'm like, shit. And the next thing you know, my whole feed is really bad situations that I want to avoid. Right? It's bad. Like I saw some guy jump over at a convenience store, or like a place to like rob it, and the guy behind the counter just stabbed him.
Jesus.
And the next thing you know, he's just like, I'm dead.
Uncensored.
I was like, dude, like, what is this shit? Right? Like, I don't want to see this. Like, I got a pit in my stomach now. Like, I'm getting sweat. I'm sweating, my scalp sweating. I'm like, what is going on? You know? And then next thing you know, like 4 or 5 videos later, we got like people brawling in the streets and baseball bats are coming out. I'm like, dude, what world are we living in? Right? That this is okay to just,
I mean, at
this
least
should be at World Star. Just purely there.
Yeah.
Remember that fucking place?
They should have like a.
No need anymore. You got Instagram. You got Twitter.
Oh my! No, I'm not gonna tell my idea. I'm gonna tell you this shit off stream. Or
what's the whole point of Unfiltered if you're not gonna tell people?
No, because it's an idea. I don't want them to know because it might be actually really fucking good.
I'll tell you guys the next episode what this idea was and how if it was good or not. Okay.
You're such a dick. But I think the government. Well, TikTok could still be taken away. You know,
I mean, there's
but
always
I
a
think they're
chance.
gonna put massive restrictions on our shit, but it won't really
What
affect
do you
us.
mean? Like what restrictions? Like explain. Are you just like spitting this out of nowhere, or do like what restrictions?
Like, I don't know, maybe institutionalized restrictions. Like, you know how they said they can't put it on government phones and download it there? Like, I don't think.
They shouldn't be.
Why not? Maybe one of those
Because there's like
TikTok
government secrets of the United States of our safety.
I mean, don't.
Like
thought
I
those
don't.
are all on
If God
paper.
forbid someone gets into something that they're not supposed to over there, then has somewhat connection
I
to
feel
your.
like
Fuck
we're
that.
touching on a touchy subject that is cancelable.
I'm just saying, you always got to keep your data safe, right? Cybersecurity, baby. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your stuff safe, right? And like, look, you when you check a box of terms of services on any
Do I read
application
it? No.
or anything installed to your computer, you're like, this application is gonna make changes to your computer. Is that yes or no? Every single time you say yes, I guarantee
But you're
they're
not allowed to
monitoring.
say no, or else you don't get it fucking downloaded. So you have to say yes.
The world we live in, lady. Your shit is so transparent. I had a guy that I used to like that worked with me that like again when I was working IT, we ran their the phone service for the company. He was like, yeah, like I don't believe in any of this stuff. Like you gotta the Google Drives and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, like your shit's on the iCloud. It's the same fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like your stuff is just as out there as it is like if you put it
yeah.
over here. You know what I mean? Like that's more secure than over here. And I was just like, instead of fighting the battle, I just like kept my mouth shut. I'm like, yeah, buddy, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But like people just don't understand how transparent your stuff is already.
It's also creepy that the internet is forever. Anything that you post on there, like,
Dude.
just
My buddy at work was saying, my old boss, he was like, him and a couple of his buddies were like got together playing NHL together. That's like what they did, and they said, hey, how cool would it be? Like how interesting it'd be if we just talk about diapers. At the time, none of them had kids, none of them had a thing. Next thing you know, they come on their phone, and the diapers,
yeah.
diaper ads, and all these different things. It's either Alexa listening to you or whatever it may be. Like your shit is out there if you like it or not, right? But like I don't care because I got nothing to hide, right? It doesn't matter to me. But for some people,
You get yourself in hot fucking water.
yeah,
Sizzling.
you delete something, that shit ain't gone.
Yeah.
There's websites that you can go to now, like someone posts something on a website, and you're like, oh shit, can't believe that was up there. Delete. There's copies of that everywhere. right? You can go to a website and say, I want to look at this website on this date. And you can go back and look at the website exactly how it looked like on that date, no matter
Really?
what website you want. Because there's always always,
Like backup servers or something?
always, there's always a backup. There's always an image. There's always someone that screenshotted it before you deleted it, or like
Yeah.
it's everywhere, right? It's everywhere, and that's the scary part. Everything that you put out there is forever out there. Snapchats, everyone's sending photos that they probably shouldn't have been sending on Snapchat. That shit's saved, bro.
Yeah, one
That shit's
time
somewhere.
I was on TikTok and I posted a video of me like replying back to someone while I was like drunk and mad. I was like, F you, I was like not nice. And someone kept screen recorded it and then just kept reposting it and taunting me. They were like, look how much of a piece of shit she is. Look how much of this. And I was like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
But now,
I mean, I wasn't a piece of shit. The person who said something to me was a piece of shit.
correct.
So,
We come in counter of a lot of those, but look, it's how you react to them, how you adjust to them, how you deal with the situation that shows more character than to respond and stoop down to their level, right? But again, that's the social media we live in, right? And I think moving forward, I think
are there going to be more opportunities?
I think so. I think there's I think now than ever, I think businesses still don't really understand how much exposure they can get via TikTok. I think there's a lot of businesses, big businesses, that are slowly starting to come to the dark side of TikTok, and start putting really real money into advertising on TikTok, and the commercials
behind their social media manager. I mean, think about it. All these people who went to school for social media, like social media managing and marketing back then, all the shit that they learned is like low key irrelevant.
I mean, look, I'm a true believer in the University of YouTube. Like
University of TikTok now for me. Everything I need.
But again,
dude, I got my health diagnosis
very
from
clear
there.
who's BS and who actually knows what they're talking about, right? Because again, everyone can say shit. There's no one filtering. They don't have a degree in what they're telling you to do, right? But again, there's always someone that can teach you something. Being a handyman around the house, something's wrong, there's someone a video to do it. Hey, if you don't know how to do this with your computer, I guarantee there's a 12-year-old making a tutorial on YouTube right now that's going to tell you in every language. There's going to be telling you what to do, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I learned a lot from YouTube. I continue to learn from YouTube. I wish YouTube was more of a thing when we started social media and like we had that guidance. I think that guidance is a little more easier to come by now.
Yeah.
But again, with that easy guidance means that a lot more people are trying to do it, right? So again, it's constantly trying to make yourself different, stand out, make it, again, we've done it in multiple different ways. Us being a couple that game, you supporting me supporting you.
We'll let you guys know our game plan.
My setup, like always trying to one up the next thing, right? Like we just bought a green screen and
Not we.
I mean, it's we money, so we bought a green
But
screen.
it's a you purchase.
You're going to use it just as much as me.
I don't even know how to use that shit.
Aly, once I show you and we start posting TikToks and we start putting ourselves in like crazy, like different scenes and stuff, you're going to be all over it. I guarantee it. But again, it's trying to constantly one up your content and constantly be better, right? And we always talk about the 1% every day, be better, right? And then next thing you know, after 100 days, you're 100% better.
We're starting that 1%.
Yeah, no. And we, every single day, we're writing down goals, things that we want to accomplish in a day. We get those things done and then boom. Like,
But we will let you guys know if the things that we are doing are working.
Yeah.
I mean, the YouTube thing is working. We're not even promoting it that well, which is interesting.
Right? But again, we have to, this is the most consistent we've ever been with YouTube, hands down. And we're going to continue to pump more content into YouTube when we start doing the vlogs and the reacts and all these different things.
But you want YouTube because you think it's a lasting platform. 100%. That's what you need to stress.
So the way I see it, I heard someone say this, is not my initial thought, but I do believe in it, is, you got a situation like Netflix. They pay someone $100 million to create a episode or, a series or whatever, probably more, right? Where YouTube doesn't have to pay shit. You got someone over here that's going to entertain you for those 40 minutes just as well as that TV show did, and they don't pay anything. They just pay them a little ad revenue, right?
Yeah.
The platform itself is just an amazing platform that it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it retains people for a long period of time. Now they have the short-term content as well in the YouTube Shorts, and you know, and now they have live streaming as well, right? And that's evolving. 70-30 split. I think it's a great spot to be. It's just for us personally, it doesn't make sense for us to move there because the content we make on social media.
But I just
and
don't get
stuff,
the aspect.
What do you mean?
I don't get the aspect of you trying to get discovered on YouTube. I don't think you could just start posting on YouTube. Well, we're living proof of you can't just start posting on YouTube and expect shit to happen. So I don't understand how you're supposed to get people to your YouTube.
I think there's ways of promoting it.
On YouTube?
No. Again, elsewhere, right? Like there's some natural growth on YouTube. Is some discoverability, right? If it's like how-to stuff or, you know, like stuff like Mr. Beast videos, like how can you not watch giving away like 100 Teslas? Like how can you not watch that video if you see it? It's like, I want to see this. You know, like I want to see these people's reactions. I want to see their joy in their face. Like I want to see it, right? But again, it's little things like that just have natural growth, right? And then you have a couple people that post about it on social media, and then those get in front of eyes. I want to see the full video. Let me go to YouTube, right? And that's the thing. Like if you guys like this clip, boom, you go to our YouTube. You want to watch the rest of the podcast. This is like episode like 14 or something of our podcast. I think we're doing pretty good, staying consistent. Tuesday, Thursdays, uploads, boom, we're there. But again, there's still so many fucking people that come into my chat. They're like, wait, you have a YouTube? And I'm like,
yeah, it's kind of a kicking. We're like, fuck, we suck.
We're not doing a good enough job, right? And for someone having 1 million followers on TikTok, yeah, maybe not all of them are very active anymore because again, all of those happened very quickly in COVID and things like that. But again, you know, we need to find ways of getting that cross pollination of same people here as the content here, and even if it's a teaser, right? Like, hey, full YouTube video here. Like, oh my God, we talked about this today, blah, blah, blah. And my favorite color is,
I really don't want to clickbait. I don't want to clickbait.
Unfortunately, it's the only way.
It really
is. A very
is.
good way.
Well, I think the thing that will put us over the edge, like, okay, this is my setup. This is Danny's setup. Full video on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that video will go very well.
And we just keep saying that.
Yeah,
full
but
video
then
on YouTube,
in my mind, it's like,
YouTube.
oh yeah, my setup's completely done.
And I know, and then you just change the shit. Like, I can't with you. I got a whole bone to pick. That could be a whole topic in itself. I can talk for an hour about your goddamn setup and how you keep changing it and how you told me it was finished, but it's not.
It's one of the few things I really enjoy is just constantly trying to improve.
As long as it makes you happy, but still.
No, believe me, I get it. But again, this was a change that I think will improve our content.
Yes.
So it was worth it. You know, but future, I do think there's going to be a lot of applications like Twitch. I've said this multiple times that I think I have a solution that's going to help Twitch, not necessarily with the shit that's going on, but with discoverability. Because again, you can't just go live on the platform and expect people to watch you, but people do go on that platform and consume content. So my thing was to create a kind of like a YouTube Shorts, but for Twitch Shorts, right?
Yeah, but don't tell them this.
No, it's just, I don't care. I'd rather them do this for my sake, right? So they, you know, to have this kind of reel on their homepage of, you know, let's just say, you know, they have the data of the games you like watching.
So basically you want everyone to add a TikTok style feature in there.
Yeah, because it allows and then you can only upload content directly from your streams. So it's not like you can post external content to that. So you make shorts from the content of your streams, and then
that's actually
the
fucking
data.
Genius.
The data's there, right? They suck all of our data, right? Like what we watch, how long we watch it, what streamer we watch, all these things. The data's there. Believe me, it's Amazon. They know fucking everything.
I understand what you're saying. That's actually genius.
So then now you know what games they like to watch, right? And then now you post the content that the creator posts after, if it's like clips or whatever it may be, to this feed, and then it just runs on their homepage, and they can surf it when they get onto the platform, and then they're like, oh my God, Danny, he's like funny reactions when he's packing CSGO knives and stuff or whatever it may be, and be like, let me go watch a stream. And it's on the same platform that they're fucking watching the clips on, so it makes it easy, because as soon as they click the user button, they can click the follow button. But again, it doesn't take much fucking time and effort for them to fucking make this change. It will now make me feel a little bit better about them taking half my sub money because they're giving me discoverability.
Does anyone have a contact at Twitch so you could pitch this?
But again, all these things are thoughts in my head, but like I can't be the only one thinking it. Like,
Might be. You might be.
No, I can't be. Like, it's YouTube. It's like, we're making long-term content. Might as well have the short-term content, too. We're showing all the, we're going to get on live stream. Fucking geniuses. But, like, Kick does that? Fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now you're just beating the shit out of Twitch. Because you're like, oh, I'm going to pay your creators more. I'm going to make it discoverability. I'm going to do all these things.
My head's going a mile a minute right now.
If they solve the discoverability the issue, Twitch already will look a little bit better because they're trying to provide and help streamers grow. And then it's like, oh, you want to take half of my money? Okay. Hopefully they eventually get to a spot where they're like YouTube, 70-30 for everybody. But in the meanwhile, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
They're struggling. They need to figure out, they're trying to stop the bleeding, but this costs no money to do. Just a little server space for data and stuff like that, but you're saving people's VODs fucking anyway, right? But this allows more people to want to be on your platform because they can just post everything in the same spot and have the discoverability like YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So I think more platforms are going to start having their own little social media world inside themselves in the future because there's no reason for them not to. Because why not give your creators more discoverability on your platform? If it's live streaming platforms, if it's like anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just my solution for discoverability because Twitch has zero.
That's great. My head's going a mile a minute right now. I want to go find someone at Twitch because I can backpack off every day, but I'm not sharing that. I'm not sharing.
Well, everyone here is going to have it, so you can pass it on your own because at the same time, I want that on the platform really bad. Really bad. Yeah. And the editor's in the Twitch platform already. Like you can make a clip or make a highlight and crop a certain place that's here to here. And there's so many websites now you can like copy and paste the clip into. Like what's the problem of them just making that?
Yeah, they can take the software from someone like a clip.
They buy them out, boom, 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 move it over. I'm telling you, it's a good idea. But again, who am I, right? I'm just another streamer. But again, these platforms that we rely on for income or things like that as a small creator that wants to do this as a living, right? They rely on this income, right? And once I think that the platform cares about me, it makes me loyal. And I felt that way for a while for Twitch. And then I saw the grass was greener elsewhere. And I'm really hoping that they start watering their grass a little bit so that we can try to like link up and try to like be on the same level because I don't want to leave, but I will do what's best for my brand and for me and my family. I have to. But yeah,
I respect any decision that you choose because I know you have the right intentions.
Do you think, just a shot in the air here, do you think there's any platforms that aren't going to be around in like 3 years? Just a thought.
I don't think so.
You think if they're all going to be around?
I mean, maybe not Kick, actually.
Ooh, you're still not
I'm
convinced?
still unsure about Kick. It just, but I'm not also doing my own information. I'm just getting everything from you. But
I mean, that's weird because like lately I think I've been pretty positive about Kick and you're saying you're getting your information from me. I don't know. I think there's a lot that goes into making a decision when it comes to where you're going to stream. And, you know, when Mixer came out and they're signing like Ninja and Shroud and all these big names and big money deals.
I think if Mixer didn't happen, I wouldn't have my doubts about Kick.
But 100%. And I think that's valid, right? Like you had a platform that seemed so amazing, right?
So great.
And Microsoft and
the biggest streamer at the time was there. How could it fail? And
not just that, but it was... The platform itself was amazing. And like I streamed there for 3 months. You can look at my Twitch tracker. There's going to be a 3-month period that I am not on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I was there. and I consumed the content. I think their whole structure was good. The latency was like non-existent.
The integration of
Like
between
playing
your
with,
community members.
yeah,
And
like you could do co-streaming and it meshed your chats. Like how awesome is that? Think about that as a small creator on Twitch, right? Imagine how awesome it'd be if no matter if I was a partner and you were an affiliate, that we can co-stream. Our chats literally mesh. It's one chat, right? And we can have open conversation. So it's not like his chat, our chat. We can keep it unmuted, have a conversation, discuss what's in the chat, and have a just open platform.
yeah.
How great would that be for collaborations and working with other brands and meshing communities? And like, I would want to be a part of that. Not hard for them to do, right? It's really not.
We'll see if we can find
Cost them
someone at
little to no
TwitchCon.
money, time that these developers are probably already spending doing other bullshit.
Yeah.
Just have them do this, But again, they're just trying to stop the bleeding, and I don't think their focus is here on these things, but I think they can really learn from what other
Danny for
creators.
Twitch president.
Yeah, that would be not great because that guy gets abused on the daily. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of things that a lot of programs, hopefully a lot of different platforms start to grow and start to do these different things and to integrate these things that help the creator be better, because there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing with social media and that love streaming, right? And it would be great to have a platform. I keep going back to YouTube, right? That like YouTube, where you post where you're also streaming. No other place that can do that. Zero. People find your shit on shorts. People find your stuff on long form content. Holy shit! They subscribe to you. They get notified when you go fucking live. They do. Again, I personally would stream on YouTube, but just our content does not match up to what we stream, right?
Yeah.
We game, we do all these things, and we stream, but like the content we post is not gaming content. I don't know what the algorithm would do with our videos, with our, yeah, we do CSGO opening videos and stuff like that, but that's not me gaming anymore. I used to post the gameplay content, but like it's just not it anymore personally because I'm not a pro gamer. I'm fucking average Danny.
I might be pro gamer.
That's true. You have more
might.
potential than I do. But no, I'm being honest. It's like one of those things that like I just don't know how the platform would accept me or how it would work for me. And
that's
I don't think
interesting.
it's not worth taking the risk yet. If something, God forbid, happened to Twitch, maybe before or with Kick or I don't know.
We'll find out. Whatever happens, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But, only time could tell.
Yeah. I think all social medias and we're going to start having live like they do on TikTok. And
I was checking to see if it was raining because you were looking out there.
no, it was just the sky's really nice.
I'm pretty tired.
You are?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a long day today, and this topic was an interesting one to talk about, without a doubt, because again, it made me think about where we were 6 years ago to where we're on now, and then our future. Obviously, we're always talking about our future and where we're going to be, and wanting to start a family, and there's a lot of craziness going on with social media now, and it's these deals with bigger companies that lock you in guaranteed income and things because you never know what's going to happen next.
You
right?
have no idea.
So
And
it's
if
doing
you're a
what's best for
person-
you and keeping yourself safe, keeping your family safe, because social media is a very dangerous and scary place to be.
And if you're a person who struggles with anxiety or anxious or doesn't like uncertainty, I would have to say this job
It would be hard.
it's hard. I'm a person who
Yeah.
anxiety and I guess I hate uncertainty.
Yeah.
Drives me through a fucking wall and I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. No, there's a lot. And again, if we didn't have each other, a lot of these.
If we didn't have
things-
each other, I'd be fucking in the loony bin.
Yeah.
Honest.
It's pretty scary. The life we're battling all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, you have a great."
You're
isn't
doing
this
it."
it?" But like the
I don't know
views
how
and
to
stuff
explain
that you
it.
get on a daily basis.
It's
It
just
is
not
a lot.
normal.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's just not normal to deal with.
It's definitely not normal to deal with. But I think we've been doing pretty good. I think we're going to continue to grind, keep being ourselves, keep being honest, keep being who we are.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be enough because there's too many people not being themselves, pretending to be something that they're not. And then next thing you know, they don't want to put the fucking act out anymore. And they just stop.
Poof.
Gone. So we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for another amazing.
Thank you for this therapy session.
Yes.
You know, right?
Amazing therapy session. A lot of what we talk about is honestly things that are just on our mind that we end up like kind of going on a tangent about. But I think it's important for you guys to understand where we're at mentally, where you could be at if you decided to take this journey on of being a content creator. And we really do appreciate everything you guys do for us. If you can leave us a like. Our special word of the day is
Saffron.
Saffron. I'm gonna keep it a buck here. I don't know how to spell that, so I'm curious. Don't look it up. Please just spell it the best you could possibly spell it, and then just click enter. No judgment here. You probably spelled it better than me. I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
And thank you for another amazing podcast. Please hit the subscribe button if you made it this far, and hit the like button. It really means a lot to us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
See ya. We should probably start putting the word in the middle. Because what if they scroll to the end and like, oh, they leave a code end phrase, you know? So I'm going to say this shit in the middle of the next podcast. Good luck.